Hey folks, how we doing today? It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel. Got a little bit of reading to do for you, so I got my goggles on. We got Mike Johnson has dropped some information today. Actually, Mike Johnson has said a few things on his Twitter page, and I've got a little short video clip for you, which is confirmation from none other than the great Matt Gaetz. Stick around, folks, to the end. This video may be 5 or 10 minutes long, but there's actually some great news in this video, including some of these, some if not all of these J6 prisoners will be vindicated, because what we're going to find out is what exactly happened inside the Capitol. I'm talking about the J6 surveillance footage, folks. Mike Johnson is going to be true to his word. He is in process of fixing to start dropping this information in increments to the public access on a website, but I don't want to spoil it for you folks. Let's go ahead and get into it. I got some reading to do. It says, update, House Speaker Mike Johnson officially releases first batch of J6 surveillance camera footage. And guess what? There was no insurrection. There was no riot. I'm sure everything inside the building was mostly people just walking around. That's what I seen. It says the House Speaker Mike Johnson has made the first batch of January 6 footage publicly accessible through the Committee on House Administrative website. And I will have a link in the description below if you want to go to it. It's a .gov, and you can actually go there, and they will be updating this periodically according to, I don't know, whatever they decide. But you will be able to go back to the website every time they drop the information. I don't know how it works exactly because I haven't been over there yet. But like I said, I do have the link in the description below to the website. You can go over there and see what is available. And I've got a little bit of short clip as well from Behizzy showing some of that footage already. So stick around. It says, Mike Johnson tweeted out, today I am keeping my promise to the American people and making all the January 6 tapes available to all Americans. And as the Gateway Pundit previously reported, that the House Speaker Mike Johnson has declared his intention to release thousands of hours of surveillance footage. They're saying there's like 40,000 hours. I'm sure a lot of it is dead footage where there's nothing going on. But all in all, you should be able to get several angles of a lot of things that happened, including shooting of Ashley Babbitt and a lot of the things. Hopefully we will get some of the footage from the outside as well, showing what actually started the people's push towards the building, whether it be the guards firing on them with the tear gas cannons or the people that were there for bad intentions. Let's scroll down a little bit, folks, together. It says this revelation follows an announcement made by Matt Gaetz during an interview on Sirius XM. Let's go ahead and get into it.
The problem that we've faced, I think you know this, you led the effort here, is that the Hastert, Boehner, Ryan, Pez dispenser, we flip the elephant head back and pull out the same piece of candy. It's the same shape, the same color, and the same flavor. It's the same thing over in the Senate. Mike Johnson was not on that ladder, so he was a pleasant surprise that he moved into this position.
Yeah, and let's look at what's already happened during his speakership. We finally got the subpoenas, prepared to go out to Hunter and Biden and Frank Biden. That hadn't happened during the entirety of the McCarthy speakership. We finally got a lawyer, at the top, a constitutional litigator, and the subpoenas are flying. And, I can break some news with you. The way that the January 6 tapes will be released will be through a website where any member of the public can go and observe the videos that are being released. My expectation is they're going to be released in tranches, and that the first tranche of the Johnson tapes to be released will be in, days, not weeks.
That is some breaking news, sir. Thank you very much for breaking that here on Sirius XM Patriot.
That is great news, folks. I am glad to hear it. We will actually not just be able to see what happened, but we will be able to have a viable defense for people being accused of things that they just didn't do. A lot of people caught trespassing charges entering the Capitol, but a lot of people caught tons of other charges. And to prove or disprove the case, all the footage should be public access. The attorneys should be able to use that to defend these J6 prisoners. And so when this footage comes out, I think a lot of these cases will be forced to have a second look at them. Will be forced to be hopefully overturned, God willing. Let's go ahead and get into it. It says on Friday, the House Committee administration called the CHA publicly launched the website containing the first tranche of January 6 footage to the public. Mike Johnson issued the following statement. When I ran for Speaker, I promised to make it accessible to the American people the 44,000 hours of video footage from the Capitol Hill security taken on January 6th. Truth and transparency are critical. Today, we will begin immediately posting videos on a public website and move quickly as possible to add to the website nearly all the footage, more than 40,000 hours. In the meantime, a public viewing room will ensure that every citizen can view every minute of the video uncensored. Awesome. The decision will provide millions of Americans, criminal defendants, public interest organizations, and the media an ability to see for themselves what happened that day. We're fixing to find out just who lied about it. We're fixing to find out that a lot of the American people are fixing to find out. They're fixing to get a great awakening and realize Trump didn't orchestrate the J6, what happened on January 6th. And we're probably going to find out what really happened. And included in that, we're going to have a lot of the media be proven as corroborators of the lie, just like with the Russia hoax. You'll see, folks. It says, rather than having to rely upon the interpretations of a small group of government officials to bark narratives to the media and then the media bark it to us, we will get the actual truth, folks. Footage doesn't lie. That's the way I feel about it. Footage doesn't lie, and if you can actually see what happened, we can put our own stories together, come up with our own conclusion as to how violent it was, who really needs to go to jail, who is being prosecuted in the worst ways, and it not be necessary, wrongly accused as well. It says, I commend Chairman Loudermilk and his team for their diligent work to ensure the thousands of hours of videos are promptly processed to be uploaded to the committee's public website. This is Mike Johnson speaking. It says the processing will involve blurring of faces of private citizens on the yet unreleased tapes to avoid any person from being targeted from retaliation of any kind, and segregating the estimated 5% of the videos that may involve sensitive security information related to the building's architect. Meaning if there's any hidden doorways, any hidden rooms, cubbies, or anything like that, where people ducked into, if that footage is on there, basically the escape routes, I'm guessing, that will not be there, which makes sense for security reasons. This is Behizzy. You know who that is? Somebody I follow, been following for several years. His name is George. He's got a really good channel. He got nuked off of YouTube along with about 24 others behind Media Matters article, George Soros-funded Media Matters article, about 2 years ago, behind talking about election issues. But he's still around. He's on Rumble. That's his main thing. He's over on Locals, and he's over on Twitter as well. Go check out George at Behizzy Tweets. He is very good at following information involving elections. That's his main push. But at any rate, Behizzy got some of the video footage. Let's see what we got here to see. It says, breaking in this never-before-seen footage of the January 6th insurrection, you can see Capitol Police officers fighting for their lives. I'm guessing that is satire and sarcasm, folks. Fighting for their lives against a violent insurrectionist endangering American democracy in real time. How the guards looked intimidated to me, folks. What do you think? It looks more like a tour. It's crazy, folks. I don't know what else to say. If all these people are going to jail, I bet a lot of these people thought the Capitol was open, truth be known. And so, and they all caught trespassing charges. It's really a sad deal, but hopefully, in light of all this footage coming out, we will get some clarity. We'll get some people to wake up, vote the right direction. We'll get some more exposure against not just the Pelosi and Mayor Bowser, but against the federal government that has purposely done things to try to not just blame Trump for things that weren't his fault, but put people in jail for things they really just didn't do, or were not so extreme that they still need to be sitting in jail waiting for a court date. It's really sad and ridiculous how bad these J6 prisoners have got it. One thing I do appreciate about the Gateway Pundit, which is where this article came from, is they have a sidebar on their page where you can go and help J6 prisoners, help fund any of them you choose, if not all of them, with their legal fees, with their families, with the fact that a lot of them are being wrongly prosecuted and persecuted, and they need help. I do appreciate that, and I just want to let everybody know that's one of the reasons I come back to Gateway Pundit, not just because they're great news source information, but because they go that extra mile to let it be known that these people shouldn't be forgotten while they rot in jail, waiting on things like this to come out, this J6 footage to come out. Thank God we've got a great speaker, and I just think it's a great win for the country to be able to show what a liar these Democrat, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Capitol Police, shooting innocent people, just the whole shenanigans with the QAnon shaman. It's all fixing to get exposed, folks, and I'm ready. It's past time. These people need to be let out of jail. The situation needs to be fixed, and it needs to cost everybody involved that did anything in a way to prevent the transparency. I'm talking about the news media. They need to be held accountable as well. Not just the lying politicians, but the media as well. I am tired of the media deciding what the American people should be force-fed, knowing that they're feeding you propaganda. It's a communist move, folks, and I hate to see our media has went down that path. That's why one of the reasons I do what I do. Not that I have that many followers, but I just feel like it is a crime against humanity for people to just sit on the internet with their millions of dollars and promote, with their platforms and stations, promote propaganda. It's sickening. Glad to see there's opposition to that. People out there like the Hoff brothers, Gateway Pundit, to combat it. Steve Bannon's, the Alex Jones, the InfoWars, the Benny Johnsons, the Dan Bonginos. There's 100, if not hundreds, of great conservative, honest broadcasters out there, whether they be podcasters on YouTube to people like the Epoch Times crew that just try to bring the truth. Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, so many others. I just want to give a shout out to the conservatives, the truth tellers, the real journalists out there, even to Mike Johnson today, for wanting transparency. The following link below on this particular video, and at the description in the bottom of my link, gives you a full view to what they have released so far of the January 6 tapes for yourself. To restore America's trust and faith in their government, we must have transparency. And these are Mike Johnson's words on his Twitter feed. He dropped this at 2 o'clock today. He says, "This is another step towards keeping the promises I made when I was elected to be your speaker. This website will be updated continuously with thousands of hours of footage," wrote Speaker Johnson. Thank God. Thank God. Past due. We just had to get the right man in the right position to get it done. We've got subpoenas flying at the Biden family right now, folks, and we have got footage fixing to be dropped to the public, or being dropped to the public, about the January 6th. We finally got somebody in the speakership that's actually gonna do the right thing. Thank you, Jesus. Like, subscribe, and share. Devoted Patriots. Everybody have a great day. This is nothing but a win as far as I can tell. Over and out.